since I've done one of these, but I've got a lot of travels coming up, so I've got lots of videos planned for you all. And I have just arrived in Toronto. It's actually 10 years since I was last in Toronto, so I'm pretty excited because I don't know it very well, but I've got a few days here and I've got so much planned. And I'm starting by heading towards Kensington Market, which I visited last time, and I remember it's a pretty trendy place, kind of hipster vibes, a bit like Shoreditch in London. So it's Sunday today, and all of the shops have got all of their wares out on the street, which is nice. So there's loads of artists, lots of jewellery as well. And quite a lot of vintage shops, which I enjoy. But there's just too much to choose from in terms of food.
There's loads of really awesome foodie places here, which is great. And there seems to be a lot of Mexican, actually, loads of taquerias. So I've come to Gus Taco, which is very highly rated. And I've got the asado, the battered pescado, fish, and then the pork. I'm very greedy, but it looks so good. That is so tasty. These are $5 a taco as well. And Toronto's not the cheapest place, to be honest. So finding somewhere like this where you can order all of these for just $5 each is pretty cool.
I've just come into the artisan market, which is here on a Saturday and Sunday, and there's loads of jewellers, would you say that? Artisan jewellers, I suppose, and a great bar. So I've got myself a chelada to wash down all of those tacos. It's pretty hot today, so this is well needed. It started to rain, so I headed inside to take a look at Little Canada. This is a tiny replica version of all the Canadian states. There is painstaking attention to detail here, and it's actually really good fun to have a look around. I'm not sure whether this is aimed at kids or adults, but there's just as many adults on their own here as there are families. And it's amazing the detail that they've gone into on the reproductions, even down to the retracting roof on the Rogers Centre and little tiny cars and all sorts. It's pretty good fun, actually. Should I stay with you or no now? Don't want to leave anymore. Want to build a home of love and light with you. I want to build a home. It has stopped raining, and I've come out to have a wander around Dundas. And Toronto is definitely a very happening place on the weekend. There's just like live music performances everywhere. It's very busy out on the street. I've got on board City Sightseeing Toronto, which, although it's a very touristy thing to do, is actually quite a fun way to see the city. And especially because it is a big place to walk around. I've done a lot of walking already today. This is a very handy way to not have to spend loads of money on transportation. It is another very sunny day in Toronto. We went out for some drinks last night, a few of us in Ossington, but you didn't need to see any videos of that. So I'm back here today. I'm coming towards the waterfront, and just behind me, if I turn this way, can you see it? A little bit. That's the CN Tower, which I haven't actually decided if I'm going to go up yet or not. Obviously it's one of the top things to do in the city, but I do actually enjoy just wandering around. And I'm going to head towards St Lawrence's Market and the brewery district next. So I'm just in front of the CN Tower, as you can see, and this area is part of the Railway Museum. So this is all free to come to, and there's loads of old Canadian trains, which is pretty cool, lots of people taking photos. And then just in front of me there's more of the museum, I believe, and also a beer hall, so it's quite a nice area just to wander around. And then over there is the Rogers Centre, which is where the Blue Jays play. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to catch a game this time, so that's going to have to be on my list for next time. So I made a very quick decision to come out on one of the harbourfront tours. This goes round the edge of the city for about an hour. And it's a really lovely way to see the cityscape actually. The CN Tower behind me, the Rogers Centre, and yeah, it's a glorious day actually. This is such a nice way to see the city. You guys know how much I love markets, and actually this is one of the only places I remember coming on my last visit to Toronto. This is St Lawrence's Market, and the current building was built in 1902, but it actually used to be the site of the City Hall and a jailhouse as well, quite near the waterfront, and it's one of the most popular tourist spots in the city. There is so much to eat here. Everything just looks absolutely delicious. There's always too much to choose from in the market here, but I thought you can't go wrong with a bagel. And there's just so many different types. So I've gone for pumpernickel, which I had to Google, and apparently it's a type of rye bread, and then with cream cheese and smoked salmon and jalapeno, which I'm pretty excited about. Oh my god, this looks so good. She said, did I want everything on it? So I said yes. I'm not sure what everything is. Capers and things, I think. This looks delicious. Ooh! They call smoked salmon lox out here in North America, which you don't really hear in England. I'm making such a mess of this. It's very tasty. I'm just walking from St Lawrence's Market towards the Hockey Hall of Fame, which I guess is like a hockey museum. People keep telling me it's really good fun. I know nothing about ice hockey. It's not really a thing in the UK, but it's pretty cool wandering around and seeing some of the old jerseys, like this Mighty Ducks one. There's a lot of very cool interactive stuff here. You can obviously have a go at ice hockey, try and beat the goalie, and then this is a full studio setup. So I wasn't sure that I'd have time, but I had a little bit extra time before I head to the airport, so I've come to the top of the CN Tower, which is obviously one of, if not the most popular tourist spots in Toronto. Got the lift up, my ears were popping the whole way, and there are some pretty impressive views up here, although it is very busy. I'm going to walk around to the other side now to get some water views as well. So 1 floor down from the restaurant, there is a glass edge that you can lie on or walk on. I don't know if you guys can see it beneath me. It's pretty freaky. And then there's a mirror up above. And there's a lot of people walking around the edge of this, not daring to stand on it.